Hi, how you all doing? I've decided to do this video because after purchasing this DVR system for the motorbike, I noticed a lot of people on there asking questions about installation and where does this wire go and that wire go. It's all pretty straightforward, so I hope this will help some of you sort out your small problems. Now, I'm not going to go through all how it arrives and everything, but it is very well packaged. Comes in a great box with a slip cover over it. The instructions inside are very comprehensive. It's got everything you need to know about doing the job of installing it. Obviously one side is Chinese, but the other side is English. The quick installation guide, and it is comprehensive, very straightforward to fit it in. But I'm just going to show you how I fitted it on my bike and take it from there yourselves. So the quick installation guide is all you need. The lovely little booklet tells you all the information about the settings and how to adjust them for time, video quality, etc. You can go through that yourself. Now, they send you a little free gift, which is this. It's a card reader, SD card reader, which I don't have one of these, so that was quite appreciated. You just stick your little SD card, memory card in there and plug it into your USB port and read away, or write away, or delete, whatever you want to do. But handy little tool, and that comes free. Inside there you do have a little lens cloth for cleaning it, a few other little bits and pieces I've got left there. Initially, for when you want to test the system, they give you a USB lead which simply plugs into the red side of the DVR system. As you can see, there's two yellow, one black and one red, and you simply plug that into the red portion, plug your two cameras in, connect the USB up to your USB port on your laptop, and the system will work. And it's just basically for testing it before you go and install it all, to make sure everything is working, which I did, and everything was. Now, I bought the system with the wired controller and the 32GB card, and you'll see on the photo that I've included how much it all came to from AliExpress. Right, so how did I install mine? Well, as I've already showed you, the main unit itself is not waterproof. So therefore, if you're a type of biker who rides your bike around in the rain, you don't want to be putting that on the outside of the bike, because it would just mess it up. So I've located mine under the seat. They give you a nice little bracket. I'll put my light on here so you can see it all a bit better. But they give you a nice little bracket, which is double-sided tape, and there's also two little screw holes. They supply the screws as well, but the double-sided tape is fine enough. So you really want to put this under the seat if you're riding the wet. Well, there's no point to have it outside anyway. It's simply a recorder box for your system. As I say, it comes with two yellow cables, or yellow ends on them. They're for your cameras, front and back. Doesn't matter which one you put them on. The red one is for your power supply, and the black one is for the wired controller. The GPS module goes into the side of the unit itself, if you get that. I didn't go for the GPS module. The power unit, I've located mine right there. Double-sided tape, and that just has one end which goes to the red, and the other is simply a black and a red wire. The red one I've connected to the brown wire on the output of my fuse box. I've soldered it on, just put a bit of tape over it, but it's all well connected. And the black one at the moment, I just have it simply connected to the negative side of my battery. I've got it on charge, my battery, because I don't use my bike in the wet. I'm just a pleasure rider. I've done all my years of riding around the wet and I don't do that anymore. I have my bike for pleasure and I take it out on dry days. That is a new battery, but when you're doing electrical work like this, you want to keep your battery topped up. So that's all the connections are. On the power module itself is a black and a red going to the black to the negative. I chose to put it onto the battery because I wanted a clean earth. You can choose any earth. The red, as I say, it wants to come from the power out when the ignition switch is on. You don't want a constant feed going to it because it switches itself on and off, the unit. It comes on when you power on with your ignition and it goes off when you switch your ignition off. So it has to be a switched positive. So that's all there is on the wiring of that. Now, location. I put my rear camera on the back here. Now the little brackets that it comes with, you can bend them, and that's what I've had to do to get the right height. The front one I placed right at the front on the top fairing. As you can see, I had to bend the bracket straight the way down because I couldn't really find a great place for it to be apart from, I wanted it right at the centre, and I didn't want it on the mudguard, front mudguard, because what happens there, the suspension obviously goes up and down where that front wheel is, and all you get is a video picture of up and down all the time. So I wanted to fix it to something which is pretty steady, and that would be my main fairing there. The cabling went underneath. I fitted it through there with a little grommet. Up it came. As you can see, I had to take the tank off to run all the cabling through. Comes up through there, and there's two cables. One of them is for the front camera, the other one is for the wired controller, and they just both go down, around, and you know, you get so much cable with these wires that you have to sort of, you know, twist them up so that they're you get a lot of cable with them. Make sure that where your connections are there, they're straight for at least 10 centimetre, or was it 4 centimetre, about 4 inches anyway. You don't want to start kinking those ones up. And really that's all there is to it. Now the wired controller, what does it do? Well, when you're riding along and the system is all functioning, if you see something that you would have liked to capture on video, because don't forget these systems, they overwrite. So if you're going out on your bike for about 4 hours or something, it's just going to write over the existing files. But the wired controller, you press any of those buttons and it will save that piece of video to a separate file which will not be written over. And that's what the wired controller is for. So even though you may not be involved in an accident, you may see something which you say, oh, I'd like to capture that on video. Just press one of those buttons and it will save it, and it won't be written over. And that's all that's for. Now, I have obviously tested on mine, it's working. So ignition on, as you can see. Come down here, and there's the video. My camera at the front needs a slight rotation, which I will do now. So there you can see the video at the front, because you can change this for viewing front and rear or both, split screen. There's the split screen, the front and the back. And if you just wanted to look at the back, just say you were reviewing some footage, there it is. This automatically is set to cut off after a minute. And that's why it went off there just a second ago, but it still records. It's recording right now. Nice little system. I'm not going to show you any footage of me out riding and what the footage is like, because there is plenty of footage on YouTube for you to view that. But it's a great system if you want to really keep yourself safe for insurance purposes and people pulling out in front of you and getting up close behind you. It's a great system. I do have a little camera on my helmet. Now, the only thing about that wired controller is that the red LEDs flash constantly. I'd rather they didn't, but they do. And when you press one of the buttons, it flashes quite quickly. That's to let you know that it's been recorded and kept to a separate file. Okay, looks like it records for about 15-20 seconds those lights flash, so I suppose it's just to let you know that it's kept that file. You'd have to go back and review to see what it's actually kept. But as soon as you power off your system, it will run, and it says auto cut off or auto off in 25 seconds. I believe you can adjust that as well to go off in 1, 3 or 5 minutes. But that's it. I mean, you can switch it off with the little button on the side. Goodbye. And really, that's all there is to it. Quite easy to install. Certainly looks a nice little system, and I'm quite happy with it. As I say, all it requires is for you to work out all your routing of your cables. And there you go, nice short little video for you, and it should let you see how everything is installed. Thank you. Bye bye.